Hi guys, welcome. Let's close the stream. Let's just wait for the other caster and we should be good. Yep. Yeah, so we'll just wait for the other caster and we should be starting soon. And we'll just wait for the draft. Sorry, it's my first time being alone in the thing, so a little bit awkward. Here's the draft and we should be getting ready. Ionia versus Shurima. And asking for ready, so we'll just wait for the draft. So we got a set ban and Nocturne ban coming through. Looks like Shurima is aiming to play a hyper carry ADC, or at least a scaling ADC because of that Nocturne ban. A little quiet. Hold on, let me. Whoa. It's still a little too quiet. Okay, so we have a Lux first pick coming from Ionia. Now that's a really good flex pick because of mid and support. But I believe they are heavily using it for supports as they have done other matches. Yeah, heavy jungler bans coming from both sides. Now, I know Trundle was a nightmare for Shurima last time because of his split pushing capabilities. And now Leona coming in against the Lux. Caitlyn Lux coming in from Ionia. A very dominant lane combo. Now I wonder if Shurima is going to play a hyper scaling ADC off of this just because of how hard of a time they're going to have against this Caitlyn Lux combo. And Samira Leona for Shurima now. If they do get over the laning phase quite well, Samira should be able to do well in team fights. But I wonder how they're going to fix the issue of Samira having to lane against Caitlyn Lux, and how bad of a lane phase is going to be for them. Looking for the drafts, Graves and Samira and Leona they have a lot of heavy AD damage. I wonder what type of AP damage they're going to offer, what type of frontline they're going to offer. While Leona is a frontline and a very good frontline at that, I wonder if they're going to offer a frontline jungle or a top lane. waiting on the last ban from Ionia. And it is a Morte ban.
Hello, hello.
Oh, hello. Thanks for coming in to save me from being a solo caster because I feel so awkward.
I'll come save you until Adelphi gets here.
Yeah, that's good.
So what do we got going on right now?
Well, it's a Caitlyn Lux lane against the Samira Leona, so I definitely wonder how that's gonna go. And looks like Shurima went for a frontline heavy comp with Galio and Leona, but they will be lacking in AP damage unless Galio goes full AP, which I don't think is happening. So
They could lock an AP in the top lane.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it in maybe not in Chemtech, but I've seen it in a few other games. Hextech. Actually, I have seen it in Chemtech, I think. But we'll see what they got going. Galio could go AP as well.
Interesting.
So I think
Morgana pick.
I think they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Now I wonder if this Lux is positioning towards mid lane instead, because
yeah, it looks like Lux will be. Yeah, it looks like Lux will be going towards the mid lane, and it's going to be a support Morgana.
Definitely a good pick into Leona, but an Urgot top pick against Tryndamere.
And yeah, it's an Urgot into the Tryndamere. Do they have a lobby made yet?
I believe so. I'll send you an invite. Here.
Alright. Oh, one of them has to jump to
spectator?
Yeah.
One of them did. There you go.
Oh, Vendetta's got me. The homeboy.
Yep, we should be getting ready soon. This is a draft.
Oh, right, we got Pounding Hole, Vendetta Sniper, Makoto, Silikai, Gwen Shapiro.
Any opinions about this draft? What size do you like better, or what size do you think is gonna have the advantage early in the game?
I like the team fight. I like the team fight on the side of Shurima a little bit better. But they're gonna have to focus on Tryndamere sitting in the side lane.
Definitely. I wonder if Samira's gonna have an easy time getting in and actually getting her combo off. It's because of this Lux and Morgana CC available, but it is a bit better into this draft than the last draft they played Samira in, which was against Yasuo and Braum. So they should have an easier time playing the game. Are you ready?
We are getting readies all around.
Hey, never pick a fight you can't win.
Afraid of the dark. My heart was already broken. How dare it!
This sentiment from me? Ah.
Now I wonder if they picked Lux with mid in mind, or they just swapped because of that Galio pick. But Galio, like, he's gonna have a hard time at the first, like, 5 minutes of the game against Lux built to poke. But after he gets his first item, in like 7 to 10 minutes, he should be pretty fine because of that Holo Radiance.
Now that I think about it, this could be a Morgana. No, that wouldn't make any sense. As I was gonna say, Morgana into Galio feels pretty nice because he basically wants to go all in at level 3. But Morgana can
I do
negate
not
a lot of that.
tolerate cowardice.
Definitely.
All of that all-in potential with
Ears
Spell
to
Shield.
Good to know.
Certainly, both possibilities are good because Morgana as a support can also prevent Leona from engaging at all because of the spell shield, and Lux, Kate and Lux just being a famous combo in bot lane.
Yeah.
I definitely want the Shyvana to be pathing towards bot side and play bot side heavy just because of that Caitlyn and how OP that bot lane's dominance is gonna be to leading to future objectives. And I wonder
Kel
how.
has Kel has played Shyvana top, so
Mm,
could also be a Shyvana top.
well, it looks like we'll have to wait 3 minutes to see the spectator delay. Looks like we will be heading into the game pretty soon. I'm definitely curious about what you told me about how Lux might be a support here. Very unconventional considering Morgana is generally picked as a support pick.
I don't think it's gonna be a Lux support, but just looking at Morgana into Galio, I feel like that's a pretty solid matchup for Morgana.
And we are in. Looks like it is a Morgana support, so.
And we have a little bit of a change up on Shurima, a Vendetta sniper who is usually playing around 80 carry, and if they give him the Aurelion Sol mid lane, is taking the Urgot up in the top side here. And Pounding Hole is going down into that 80 carry position. So that's a big change up for them.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Looks like both sides just opting for holding their bushes, not going for any
30
invades.
seconds until minions spawn.
Yep, real safe positioning on both sides here. But yeah, Vendetta Sniper moving to the top lane is a little surprising,
Minions
but
have
he
spawned.
is a top laner usually. Off rolls mid and 80 carry, so and Urgot being one of his main top laners is solid for him, a solid pick for him to be on.
And Morgana running exhaust might be on X factor during team fights, especially for Samira,
Yeah.
who has to come into the enemy.
Looks like they're gonna be in bush, to start this laning phase. Looking to get a snare off. It's gonna miss when Shapiro with the sidestep. Early trading come out of chase under tower in the mid lane here. Another snare gonna make a miss from Magic Noodle on the bot side. Get the counter on the board, 0 for 2.
Graves passing topside, same for Shyvana. Now
Level 2
Samira-
first on Shurima's bot side. Ignite going down. Magic Noodle's gonna be able to walk out. Did have to use the flash.
Definitely an interesting turn of events when you expect Caitlyn to have level 2 prio because of her range and her Q ability. Morgana will be chunked down heavily by that. Galio going on Lux, taking a huge chunk of her HP, but will not be able to push her off of lane.
As we pan back to bot side, Samira taking a lot of punishment. And both junglers pathing topside. Graves and Shyvana both being power clear jungles. So we don't really expect them to go anywhere near lanes unless they're trying for a cheeky play.
There might be a huge skirmish coming on top now because of those doubles, because of skulls they're looking for. Now, Urgot does have lane prio currently, but Trinidad might try and push this wave.
The Lux will probably have lane prio by the time Graves gets down there. But Shyvana just melts the scuttle.
Good roof coming in for Lux, and Galio will be chunked down, but he goes back in and takes a good trade.
A really solid trade from Galio here, getting really low in the mid lane. Graves gonna flash in under tower to try to finish off the kill on the Lux.
And bot lane, Samira is taken down by Caitlyn.
Urgot being ganked in the top side. He's gonna be forced to flash. Should be able to get away here. Does have his TP to get back to lane. So first blood going over to this Caitlyn, Morgana bot lane. Kind of what we were expecting. Nope, my screen just froze.
My screen has frozen too.
Oh
Oh,
no!
there we go.
There we go.
Ooh, gonna executed by tower.
Okay, hit Control Z, Control Shift Z, and then scroll out.
There we go. Oh, that's only better.
And then you can scroll out. You can go all the way to the moon if you want. Urgot going in on this Tryndamere on the top side, both getting really low. Tryndamere is gonna heal and finish him off in the top side.
A lot of lane fights happening, and it looks like Shurima has come out. Oh, Ionia has come out on top. Graves is looking for that dragon though. No, he's going back.
Shyvana is here. Shyvana's gonna want to pry out all the dragons she can. But Shapiro gonna clear out that control ward.
The Gallia has hit level 6 first, but won't be much.
It's like Kel is just gonna start up this dragon. Does take it down pretty quick with Prio in the bot lane, and in the mid lane should just be a free Drake going over to Ionia as well.
Graves is clearing topside.
Galio gonna go in, get a trade onto the Lux.
Gallia is heavily chunked down, and with Doran's shield, he will have a hard time, but Graves does invade topside, so he will be getting a CS advantage for the dragon.
Looks like he's only gonna be able to get the one camp though, with Shyvana running all the way over there.
Looks like Graves is going for a top gank.
Tryndamere still has ult, so just gonna be able to spin his way on out.
Leona engages onto the Morgana, failing to get spell shit on time.
Good trade for the spot lane. Lux stacking up a little bit of CS lead here. Up 14.
Now I do wonder why does Gallia opted in for the Doran's ring instead of the Doran's shield, which is the usual starter item they build against ranged matchups. There will be a fight topside.
The Morgana is here, but Makoto's going to be able to dash over the wall and get out. So, typically with that, it gives Galio a little bit more damage to clear out minion waves quicker. I don't like that he went Aftershock, but he is probably going to need to be the tankiest member on the team, so it's going to be that for later. Early laning, if you can go electrocute on him, you have kill pressure even with the tiny little bit of mana you do have from the ring.
Looks like
Yeah, Ionia is going to walk away with these 3 grubs uncontested.
one objective away from a piece of warfare. Leona coming back to the bot lane.
Yeah, one objective from feats of warfare and feats of monster killing.
Looks like Lux is out of mana and we'll have to take a recall. Leona engages onto Morgana.
Hero. She shields herself. Damage coming onto this Caitlyn. Almost the ult for Samira. Not going to be able to get the last mark. Now is going to be able to get 1 kill. Barrier coming out, dashing in. Is not going to be able to get the last hit. Vendetta Sniper going to ult the Tryndamere, and Tryndamere's going to save himself with the ult. Oh, I hate that. That animation. Pounding hold just couldn't get the last Q off to finish off the Caitlyn.
Yeah, definitely feel like there was a mistake in the combo right there. Usually you are able to get an S-rank combo after going in, but I feel like he misinputted a key, unable to hit an S-rank at the time, and missing on the double kill with your button.
Shapiro does have flash. He's gonna flash in onto this Caitlyn. I don't think he kills her. And he's gonna go down. Downing Cold going in onto Noodle Magic. This should be a kill for the Samira. Solo
Wait.
kills back and forth.
Very intense fights coming from the bot lane. Helen is 3-0 now. She's incredibly fed and has this item before Samira.
Samira should have it on back, maybe? No. She's just not gonna have it on back. She's got 800 gold in pocket.
Looks like she will stay for another wave. Graves is heading backside, but there might be a team fight mid-river.
Dragon has spawned. With top laner coming down from Ionia, they should have complete prio on this dragon with the Tryndamere.
Elio goes on the Lux, no follow-up, but there is a TP from Urgot.
So we could see our first 5v5 team fight here. Lone Wolf going in onto the AD carry and the jungler, trying to chase them both under tower. Galio ult coming in back on his team. Samira going in, getting the full ulti stack is gonna... No, it's just gonna be a clean ace for Ionia.
Samira doing a lot of damage, but just not enough to finish all of them off.
If she had Collector completed, she probably would have picked up at least 2 of those kills.
Definitely. Samira still not being able to afford the Collector on her back, and Kaylin is 5-0.
I think you need around 525 with the 3 components, so she's just off of it.
Yeah, the fact that she bought boots definitely makes it worse.
Yeah.
Delaying her item
And
very
that's-
far.
It's gonna be a Leona ult missing. Flash in by him, he's gonna get the shutdown onto the Caitlyn. Really big shutdown for him.
800 gold heading over to Samira, definitely.
That almost secures that first item for him.
Shyvana is coming for a bot side gank now. Does Shurima realize that and the bot lane is moving away?
They do have Makoto here for a counter gank. But I don't know if they're strong enough in the 3v3. Especially with Samira sitting on 1700 gold. Lone Wolf is going to go under tower for Vendetta Sniper in the top side. Is going to have to use ults to stay alive.
As expected.
And this Lux building up a really solid lead in the mid lane now.
Looks like Caitlyn is caught. You know, we'll ult on him and Samira goes on. This is the combo again. Bob will get the ult.
It's just going to be chain CC going down, and that's going to be a dead Caitlyn in the bot lane. The Samira really needs to back and get this money spent and get it on the map, though. Sitting on 2,400 gold.
Tryndamere does get first tower. Bob will be caught by Urgot, their jungler, and Galio. Will he be able to
That
get
is
out?
feeds. Galio is going to go in. Tryndamere does not have ulti here. Is going to get slowed. Flash in from Vendetta Sniper to pick up the shutdown on the Urgot. That's... I feel like that's where you want some of that gold. Oh, jeez. Makoto getting really chunked out. Solid combo coming up from Chase Under Tower and Kel. Gwen Shapiro is here. That's going to be flash out of Noodle Magic over the wall. Still a 3v3. But Kel's damage is starting to get really out of hand here. Caitlyn ult gonna finish off Vendetta Sniper.
Caitlyn has come over to mid lane and kills Galio. Seven and 2 Caitlyn doing a lot of damage that Galio just did not expect. And he will be able to take the mid tower down. Ult onto Caitlyn, flashes away. Graves is here. Morgana tanking all the damage.
It's gonna be flash for flash, support for 80 carry, so it's a little worth it.
Tryndamere does get the tier 2 top side. That will be a lot of gold injected into Tryndamere. 1.7k gold lead. Top laner.
Yeah, just like I was saying earlier, this Tryndamere, if left unchecked, is going to be a monster in the side lane.
Lux will also be able to get the bot tier 1, so all tier 1 turrets gone on the side of Ionia. Shurima, my bad.
Really solid macro coming out from Ionia here. Graves going in on to Nuno Magic here. Does not have any support from his team. Should be looking to get away. Galio, Samira are here now. Good look to engage. Silicite gonna catch Noodle Magic on the Morgana with Dragon spawning right about now. So this will be a 4v5 if Ionia wants to contest it.
Good root onto Galio and Q's, but Galio is still very tanky.
Galio does have flash here. It's going to be a big damage coming out from Chase under tower. And Merrick is dishing out a ton of damage too. 3 members on Shurima, really low. 2 more members going to be caught by a snare. And they're both going to go down here.
Lux doing very
well.
heavy work there.
Yeah, really good damage coming out from them. And really solid team fighting, even being down a man. Silikai might go down here too. Ult coming out. They just can't block it. It's gonna be another kill going over to Merrick on this Caitlyn.
It looks like Tryndamere is also on the tier 2. But the question is whether minion may arrive in time, and I think it will. So that will be 3 tier 2 secured by Ionia. Gold lead reaching just under 9k as objective timers.
We can't do the stream announcements, so I don't know who's in charge of putting the stream announcements up personally. So,
Yeah.
if I could do it, I would. But I do not have the power. All the mods who are home are in-game. It's a sad day, Grant.
Yep, looks like Shurima will just be looking to farm up and wait for the next objectives.
They are down a lot of gold here. So, they do not want to fight at all. Really want to get the item power spikes on their carries here. Samira really needs to at least have Infinity Edge before they try to fight again.
It's like they are trying to look for the Argon. Well, I believe it does get away. And
Vendetta being chased down by Lone Wolf here. It's gonna be forced to flash. Lone Wolf still chasing him. Under the inhib tower is gonna ult coming out from the Lux. Tryndamere is gonna survive with below 10% HP. And Shurima's gonna lose an inhib for this. Caitlyn just melting Makoto. Makoto gonna have to flash out. Samira going in 1v3 all alone. Trying to get his reset. Needs to really take it back here and get some HP before he ends up getting blown up like that.
Yep, during the whole skirmish, Shurima did secure that tier 1 tower in mid lane, but they did lose quite a lot from that.
Yeah, well, first inhib going down in the bot side here. Gonna lose virtually all the jungle camps as well in the bot side.
Dragon spawning in a minute 30.
Grant being the real MVP, putting the stream announcement in after joining 5 minutes ago. Chase on a tower, gonna flash over the wall, trying to get away from Vendetta Sniper. Vendetta Sniper trying to secure him with the ult. That's gonna be a Otacon steal from Shurima. Ult coming out of Silikai for some reason on the Galio. Makoto going in, trying to finish the kill off onto Kel here. Pounding hole going in, gonna pop the barrier, is gonna go down. Ult coming out from Gwen Shapiro, going on to Merrick. Makoto picking up a shutdown onto the Caitlyn. And is gonna get taken out by Chase on a tower with the ulti. What is that? Lux ult cooldown. 26-second ulti cooldown on this Lux.
And I believe he has Axiom Arcanist too, so it should be even
Rampage.
faster when he gets shut down.
Storm Surge, Malignance, and that's gonna be another Lux ulti. Jeez.
Ionia snowballing very well from their early lead over.
And while all that was going on in the bot side, they ended up losing a nip tower in the top side.
Tryndamere split pushing. They did get some key shutdowns, so the goal lead didn't spread too far away, but the objectives, they lost quite a bit. Cloud Soul being secured for Ionia, and mid-tier 3 too.
I don't know how they deal with all this damage coming out from Ionia though. This Lux unkilled Kel on the Shyvana is also unkilled. I'm surprised this Lux doesn't have a Mage Eyes.
Shyvana opting for the Magi's instead.
Yeah. I think Ionia would want those two flipped, but...
By the top side, Tryndamere will be able to secure the inhibitor.
Shapiro and Vendetta Sniper collapsing on him. He is going to secure that. Ult coming out from Vendetta is going to pick up the kill and a shutdown, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, Makoto's just dead. One snare hits, the other hits, and he just absolutely melts this Caitlyn. Vendetta Sniper and Pounding Hold trying to get out. That's another Lux ulti coming through, dealing massive damage. They're both gonna go down here. It's just Gwen Shapiro and Silikai. Silikai pushing out the bot lane. Needs the back to try to save his Nexus. Is just healing his back now. Gwen Shapiro can't do anything to save it.
This will be
Game
GG's.
1 Ionia.
Kaling doing massive damage with the 11-3 scoreline. Incredibly fed with a total of 12,000 gold. Very good game from Ionia. Good macro, good laning phase. Very good showings from Shurima too. However, the early snowballing from Ionia was just a little too hard to bear.
Makoto on this Graves only doing 6.7k damage. Not really what you want from a damage style jungler here.
Mm-hmm. We'll be right back. It looks like Ionia opting for the same size selection this time. draft should be starting pretty soon. Sorry guys, I had to do something real quick. I'm back. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
you're
new,
good, you're
so yeah.
We were just waiting for them to be ready, and
Mhm.
looks like we are into pick bands. Same sides it looks like. What do we have?
And yeah,
Set, Viego, Nocturne, Trundalololol,
yep. The same two bands from game one coming in from both sides.
Lilia,
Same three bands from Ionia and Shurima.
and Amumu.
Ionia will be able to first pick, and opposite of first pick Lux like last time. Now will Shurima have a different plan to respond to that Lux first pick? Galio
Alright, let's
definitely
see
did
what.
not work out last time.
No, Galio and Graves were probably the weakest members on Shurima.
Mm-hmm.
See what they're gonna opt in for this time as a comp going in. And we have a Kaisa picked first.
So definitely a different approach. A little bit safer than Samira and is a better hyper carry than Samira. Now I wonder if Ionia will draft a strong bot lane to counteract that Kaisa pick.
So the Kaisa is a little bit of a scaling pick.
Mhm.
I feel like they need to put something along with it that could potentially help it get to that later game, and that could be the Zyra.
Might also be a flex pick for the jungle.
Yeah.
We'll
I've
see how.
also seen it played mid, so I mean it's kind of a three-way flex. I would expect it to be support just to try to help this Kai'Sa survive lane.
Mhm.
Because
And
I would
Ionia.
assume, and it's going to be Jinx instead of the Caitlyn this game.
So I wonder if this Lux is. I think this Lux is probably going mid because Jinx Lux isn't that
Yeah,
great of a combo.
This Lux is going to go back in the hands of Chase under tower in the mid lane.
A bold pick would be Zed against Lux, but probably not the champion pools of most people. At least another flex pick, but
A really early game jungle though, so
Mhm.
I'm kind of liking this pick. If the Elise can be proactive, get ganks off, maybe get a few kills, and really get ahead in the early game, she's so strong at getting picks and keeping a team behind.
her dive ability being unmatched in any of other
That
champions.
that as well. So opting for a little bit of scaling in the Kai'Sa, a little bit of help to get her to that late to mid game spike, and then a heavy early game on an Elise pick.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Shurima banned both York and Tryndamere, which was also... No, Tryndamere was not banned last game, but they had opted to ban it this game because of
Did
what happened in
not
game
want to
1.
do not want to deal with that. Mordekaiser.
Mhm. So exact same bans coming in from Ionia.
Yeah.
Now I definitely wonder what they will pick for mid. What they have thought of to counteract this Lux mid lane.
So they have mid and okay. So really heavy AP comp out of
Mhm.
Shurima here. The
Ooh.
Elise, the Zyra, Kai'Sa is going to be probably going towards that full crit build. And Zoe. Very good gank setup for the Elise, though.
Now Zoe definitely would have been picked against Lux in previous patch. Galio coming in from...
It's this could be a Lux support now, but I'm got the feeling it's gonna be Galio in the support role here.
Mhm. Definitely a very good peel support character. He could peel Jinx very well. As a hyper
And
player.
really good into AP AP
Mhm.
comps.
And Malphite
And
top
it's
12 off.
Malphite. I expect the Lux to be mid, and I expect this Galio to be in the bot side.
Mhm.
I'm a little puzzled by the Malphite. Maybe they just want the hard engage so they can ult the Galio over top. That's what I'm assuming they want to do. Usually is picked into more AP or AD heavy comps, but they just want him for that heavy engage. And Ornn is going to be the last pick for Shurima. Just got confirmation.
And the game should be starting soon. So did the draft lights bug out? looks like we will be getting ready soon. There was a bug in the draft, but it should be fine. Let's communicate it through. Ionia is ready and the game should be starting. Let's go.
Hey, never pick a fight you can't win.
Ornn is a solid frontline against their comp, but I do feel like they really do lack AD to deal with Malphite and Galio. Now I wonder if Malphite is going to tank and just provide a very strong frontline kill for Jinx and Lux.
Yeah, he should be going full tank here. It's gonna be next to impossible for them to kill him. So it's gonna be an interesting game to say the least.
I definitely am wondering what they'll send the support to, Zyra at least. Because it's definitely both possible.
I would assume it's Zyra going into the bot side. That'd be a lot better of a lane for them.
Kaisa could go full AD here and go AD crit Kaisa.
That's what it should be. It should be just a full AP or AD crit Kaisa. And if they go AP Kaisa, then I'm just kind of confused.
Yeah.
with all the AP they have.
Definitely.
It's your funeral.
It's gonna be Lone Wolf on this Lux, so it will be a Lux support. Galio mid with Merrick, and Chase up into the top side with that Malphite? With Kel piloting his Shyvana again.
Definitely an interesting choice to put Lux with Jinx, but as long as he holds her Q well and provides a good peel for her, it should be fine.
I think they're doing that because that's a much better lane into the
Zoe.
Zyra.
Oh, Zyra?
Yeah. I would assume the Zyra's gonna be in the bot side.
Now I think the one focus of Shurima will be just one-shotting someone if they're caught out of position with Zoe, Zyra, Elise combo. Because of that, like, CC's train plus that Zoe damage. But that will be quite hard against Malphite and Galio, who will just be able to tank every damage that's coming their way. And after the 3-minute delay, we will be starting the game. I definitely do favor the Ionian comp, just because of that very stable frontline plus that Galio pick against those AP heavy characters.
Yeah, I kind of lean towards Ionia's comp as
Mhm.
well. I just don't see Shurima being able to get through, especially if he goes full tank Galio and full tank Malphite. I don't see them being able to get through those health bars very
Mhm.
easily. Like the Malphite should just go
Full tank.
full tank and stack up a geez, I can't think of the item right now.
Arsteel?
Yes,
Mhm.
there we go. That's the one, and should just be looking to stack that up into Ornn.
Yeah, definitely.
And then from there he can rotate into building full MR. Because that is going to be 80% of Shurima's damage.
Now, I am very I do caution the mid lane because of Zoe's recent changes that allowed her to get her insane mid wave clear abilities. I wonder if this Galio is going to have trouble in the first like 5 minutes before the first few sub items dealing with the Zoe, just because of her kit countering him very well.
I'm also interested to see where Shurima's going to be heading, like where everybody's going to be going.
Mm-hmm.
With the Kaisa being picked up, I think it's going to be Vendetta Sniper going back into the bot side. No, it's going to be Vendetta piloting the Ornn, pounding hole on Zoe, and Silikai going on to that Kaisa with Zyrabot.
Looks like it will be the least jungle, as you said.
Yeah, she has more priority being a jungler than
Mm-hmm.
she does being a laner. Alright, speed ahead.
Oh, it's frozen. Sorry.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Looks like both sides taking the same approach as last game, just holding their bushes.
Minions have spawned.
Shurima doesn't want to get into those shenanigans early.
Mm-hmm.
They want to scale up. Look for picks. And make plays off of those.
Yeah, Jinx should be able to secure level 2 prio if she does rocket the backline, but it does look like Kaisa does have the push prio currently. Lux lands a very good E onto the Kaisa.
I also expect this Zoe to have a lot of prio in lane.
Good trades coming in from the bot side as they do secure that level 2. However, we'll be able to root the Jinx, but no follow-ups coming in.
Double snare coming up from Lone Wolf, and that's going to be first blood over to this Jinx, and Uno Magic picking it up. Elise is down in this bot side now, looking for a gank. Lone Wolf really low is going to be picked up by Makoto. Fine, web coming out, going to snare up Noodle Magic, but Noodle Magic is going to be able to walk out.
HP
So
equal
really good,
towards mid lane.
really good early pathing from this Elise. Going to pick up a kill, going to back and get right back out on the top side. And won't be losing any camps.
Zoe down quite a lot of CS in mid lane.
Shyvana working her way up into the top side. Vendetta Sniper is going to try to work his way out. Does have flash. He's going to use it, but Shyvana right on top of him. Going to be able to lock it out.
Elise is in the top lane. Does hit the roots.
Knock up from Vendetta Sniper. Another knock up really low. Kel does not have flash. Flash in from Makoto. Gonna pick up the kill. Gonna be another kill going over to this Elise. Vendetta trading his life. Oh, but Merrick has worked his way over. Okay, Center Tower gonna get a ward in. Makoto looking to try to get a kill here. To secure feats. Should have the web to go up. Is going to go in onto Chase. Is going to pick up the kill. Going to be feats of warfare. Galio still trying to chase this Elise on top side. Elise buying so much time. The Ornn is here now. Going to get the knock up. Makoto is going to get shut down by the Galio.
Very good pathing coming in for the Elise. Using her early powers very well. Getting a lot of kill goals as Ornn does get chunked heavily and has no DP.
Should be able to pick up most of this wave though. But will proceed to get chunked by this Malphite. Q after Q. And if you look at the build path for Malphite, a Lost Chapter is his first item. So probably looking towards that Malignant. Lone Wolf out of mana, gonna get stunned up again. Rooted, gonna have to flash and heal to get away.
Elise having a lot of map impact.
Elise misses the snare. He's gonna have to propel up. Noodle Magic super low. Galio TPing over. Oh no. Makoto caught on the wrong side of the map. Might be able to execute. Is gonna get it off. Galio gonna pick up a kill as well. Solo kill on the top side for Chase on the Malphite.
A lot of impact from Elise, but a lot of kills favoring towards Ionia. As Shurima does look to secure that dragon. As both bot laners are gone. Great root coming in for the Lux, poking down very well into this kind of stuff. Both
Grubs have
summons
spawned. Horn is hovering it, but the Elise is on bot side here. Might be looking for a play. Snare going to hit onto Lone Wolf. Makoto gonna go up into the air, get on top of Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf, no flash, no heal, is gonna be able to walk away. Flash in from Gwen Shapiro. Kill gonna be picked up by Makoto. Is gonna eat 2 tower shots to go down. Silikai going under tower, gonna eat another tower shot, getting really low. Gwen Shapiro is gonna die as well. That's gonna be a reset for the Jinx. Sidestep by Silikai. It's a 1v1. Silikai down HP, does have more mana. Is gonna end up going down with the Galio ult coming over for the extra resistances to save his AD carry.
great attempt by Mikado to get the dive and does manage to kill the Lux. However, the execution at the end, when they try to get out, the Kai'Sa was taking the tower too early, which led to him dying, and Mikoto also dying there, with Shapiro getting taken out very early into the fight. Both the Jinx and Galio being 3-0 and 2-0 respectively. As Malphite does
Ult's
ult
coming in.
on Ornn.
I don't think he has enough damage to kill him.
Dive attempt.
Vendetta going to claim the kill on top side. Chase overextending under the tower, trying to kill him. Makoto back in the bot side here. Gonna get Justice punched up into the air. Makoto gonna propel up. Silikai gonna pick the kill. Root coming out from Makoto. Trying to give the kill over to Silikai. He's gonna flash in to secure it. Strong strike back from Shurima.
Very intense fights happening very early on in the game. Definitely this exciting pick, at least being the reason of that constant team fights that are happening. As Jinx is looking to go on the Kai'Sa and does manage to take her down with the ult. Kai'Sa will take the shutdown on Jinx. Lux does flash out. Kai'Sa chasing down with the flash, but Shyvana is here. Will Kai'Sa be able
Does
to get
not
out?
have ulti, doesn't have barrier or flash. This is gonna be a kill going over to Kel.
So much fighting happening currently.
This is Chemtech.
Now if you take a look at the CS issues, you can see Alicia is down very heavily because of the early ganks that she did.
Does have 5 kills though, to
so
her
up.
name. Merrick gonna go in onto this Elise. Snare gonna land. This should be just permanent. Oh my god, the Jinx rocket from the bot side. Gonna pick up the kill.
Insane stuff happening in Chemtech right now.
Can you say Kobe?
Shyvana is pinging the dragon too. She is looking for it. Jinx is currently 6-1, so has an Yunta, which is a very big hurdle for that Jinx to cross. Lux does gets them stunned up. He gets chunked out very Galio goes in for the Elise. Manages to push Elise out and secures the scuttle. Lux does have to take the back though, so I wonder if they are going to take the dragon here. As Ornn goes in for the TP.
He's gonna immediately. Oh, never mind. The ult coming out from him, but it's. Oh, he is gonna be able to send it through.
Malphite does ult onto Kaisa and gets her. Jinx's ult goes wide and they look on the Ornn. As Malphite kills Zyra as well, and this will be dragon secured for Ionia.
I was gonna say he's TPing straight into those flame chompers for Jinx, but they were just too far. Kodo gonna repel up, but inevitably gonna die to this Jinx here.
And Zoe does take down the Malphite in mid lane. Important shutdown coming from the Zoe after that double kill from Malphite on bot side.
So Shurima's still fighting back a little bit, but they are down 4K with this Jinx super fed.
Great Drowsy coming in for the Zoe.
But threw his Q into the minion wave, so he could not call it back. Missed the skill shot there. Lone Wolf gonna get a full combo off. Is slept. Is gonna be taken down by Pounding Hole, but Pounding Hole gonna be traded back by Kel.
These constant fightings are making me go crazy.
This is what we expect from Chemtech, though. Bloodbaths all over, non-stop fighting.
Stun onto Jinx, does barrier, and Kaisa does ult in. W lands, will Kaisa be able to get her? And at least flashes and does secure the kill. Galio coming in for the W, does get Kaisa, but no follow.
Another shutdown onto Makoto. He's gonna get snared up. Lone Wolf should be just dead here. Another kill for Makoto. He's able to pick up shutdown on the Jinx and take out the Lux as well. Looking for another kill onto Merrick. The knockup's gonna come from the Zyra. Another shutdown going over to this Elise.
This Elise is doing a lot. 8 and 5 currently, and up.
And Shurima not going down without a fight here. Still down just under 3K, but crawling their way back.
Mikoto up 1.2k against their jungler. But Malphite also onto the Ornn.
Yep, Malphite ulting onto the Ornn. Ornn is just a little bit too tanky here. Ornn just gonna ult, trying to clear the wave. Should just look to get himself out here with just clearing the wave, trying to work his way out. Does have flash, is gonna dash, flash. Ulti coming out from Lone Wolf is gonna pick him up. Stayed a little bit too long, really wanted to clear that wave out.
Ionia choosing to invest that Rift Herald.
Jinx trying to take a 1v1 against Makoto here. Super fed Jinx, but I don't think he wins that 1v1.
While they do get the top one, top T1, I don't think they'll be happy about losing their mid-tier one, as it will try and drive the Herald towards T2. Looks like no one is answering the Shurima push for mid-tier 2.
So it's just going to be a trade of tier 2 towers in the top side and mid.
And Shurima pushing for the tier 3.
I favor this trade for Shurima here. I would rather a tier 2 mid than a tier 2 top. Jinx ulti coming out, trying to force them out here.
Or does stop the back. He's dealing quite a lot of damage against Shyvana.
I don't think he wins this fight being full tank. Although he's doing quite a bit of damage, he might win this 1v1. Vendetta Sniper, the 1v1 on Cal, is gonna pick him up. Shut down.
It looks like they are looking for a dive on Galio, but Malphite is behind them.
Page.
Makoto picking up another kill on the Jinx as well.
Well, gap is slightly closing. Malphite are coming in. Does manage to chunk them down a lot, but does not secure the kill. Because Elise is here and does
Wait,
snare them.
Makoto came through the tower to pick up another kill here.
10 and 5 Makoto up 2.7k coins against the jungle counterpart.
He's sitting on 2,200 gold in his inventory as well. So
He'll definitely want the reset, but that will be soul point if Shyvana does come and decide to just drag her. But she is currently holding the top tower. Shurima macro being a little better here, deciding to go for that mid tier 2. Like, while the top tier 2 does give a lot more gold, the vision they lose from getting, the vision Ionia lose from losing that mid tier 2 will definitely make up for that 700 gold loss in the future. As Malphite does ult onto the Zyra, and Zyra will be taken down. At least does standard Jinx, and does not one shot the Jinx.
just about ending Jinx's life before the fight even starts, but able to bury her and flash away. This will put Ionia on soul point here, but it looks like they're gonna have to give it up with their support being dead. No vision control.
Elio engages on the Ornn. He is a tanky though.
Is gonna step on the flame chompers.
As Malphite does take down the Zoe.
A
Will they be able to grab the Ornn as well?
3v5. Makoto is going to one-shot chase on her tower. They could look to chase here.
There's insane damage coming from Makoto.
I know the Malphite isn't tank, but that was a heavy burst.
They did lose soul point, but they have almost catch up to the gold difference.
The Shyvana had a ring that was stacking, but has no stacks on it. And then on the other side of the ring, rift, we have Elise with a really beautiful 10-stack Dark Seal.
I wonder if she will opt in for the Magi, as Shyvana does go into the Warren. Let's catch him out. Or will she?
So we gonna land the Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto Merrick. Kel chasing. The rest of their team is here. Gonna be a 4v4 for a few seconds, but the Malphite is working his way through mid. Down
At
to
least
his
is
team.
here. So they might be able to turn the Malphite if he goes in too deep, but he does go in for the safe and goes to their jungle to opt in for the team join.
You got some real lovers in the chat for you, Steve. Steve V, 100 gorillas who wins, not the gorillas. Sleepy Trouble Bubble onto the Lux, and she's gonna go down now too. Pounding Hole really showcasing his skills on this skill shot mage.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the draft, Shurima definitely going all out with their one-shot capabilities, with Zoe and Elise doing a lot of damage if someone gets stunned.
I would like to see this Elise finish that Dark Seal in a Mage Eyes. Is gonna land the snare onto Merrick. Merrick is a little tanky, but oh, what a repel up from Makoto to ensure he doesn't get taken down. Jinx ulti coming down.
Will not connect.
No.
Jinx is pretty deep in their territory. One CC might get her killed as they try to clear the vision on the Dragon Pit. As Lux.
Oh no, Makoto's gonna walk into Chase. Chase is gonna ult and blow him up.
At least
Oh no, that wasn't. It was Kaisa, not Makoto. Makoto gonna flash in. Ornn ult coming in is gonna knock up the Jinx. The rest of his team isn't there with him though. Galio gonna come in to try to save their 80 carry. Shurima a little bit disjointed there.
And Galio being a very reliable front line for Ionia.
Oh my lord, that's a ton of damage. Vendetta gonna pick up the kill onto Lone Wolf. Is getting chunked out now though. Gonna be forced to flash away. Jinx ulti going wide. Malphite TP'd into the mid lane. Makoto picking up the kill onto Shyvana.
This Elise is very strong right now, having 12,000 gold already. As Malphite does ult in the backside, but does get rooted. With Galio and
He
Boomy
missed
taking
the
it down.
ulti too. Shurima really fighting back here. Merrick is caught in a 1v4. Jinx is here. Double kill going over to Silikai on the Kaisa. Could
And
be another kill.
This should be out of him secured. And maybe a dragon as well.
Really good job on Makoto finding all these flank angles to pick off the carries. He was able to get into the enemy jungle, pick off, I think it was the Jinx.
It was a Jinx, yeah.
in their jungle, and then work his way over to the team to help them out. Really crucial though, that Malphite ult missed 2 low HP champions on Shurima, which could have turned that fight into their favor, but just missed it a little wide.
Gold lead eventually flipping over to Shurima's side as at least 13 and 5.
Shurima was at 9 kills at one point, and they were down probably, it was like 23-9 on kills, and now it's 24-24, and they're up 800 gold. So being down and fighting their way back to a gold lead on the back of Makoto on this Elise, who just finished a Void Staff, and I would assume is working towards that Mage Eyes now.
Yeah, the 10 sec is being wasted currently. At least it might be looking for the Lux. Does get rooted down and ulted and gets chunked down. Finally going in.
Oh, he's gonna eat a ton of damage. He should burn out here. That's gonna be a shutdown going over to Kel. Kill traded back. Sleepy Turbo Bubble is gonna hit the Lux. Tons of damage going on to Lone Wolf. Vendetta Sniper is gonna hit the Ornn ult. Silikai is strong now with 2 items.
Does get the reset.
And is gonna pick up another kill. A 3-for-2. Jungler dead on both sides, so I don't think we're gonna see a Baron here. Especially with the Kaisa being as low as she is.
Yeah, Noodle definitely could have outplayed that one if she cut it outside of the Kaisa's range, but trying to deal the most damage possible, cutting in towards Kaisa and being taken down by her Q.
It was kind of a misplay on both sides because Silikai put himself right on top of the Jinx and had a ton of time to auto her, but got way too close, but still was able to pick it up with the empowered Q and the passive.
Kaisa is opting for that AP build, on hit build. An awful crit. As Lux does get taken down, Makoto.
Lone Wolf he was here, but now he gone.
Another root stun coming from Elise, but no follow-up as she does get.
Another ornament going out onto his mid laner, pounding hole, finally getting his. Oh, Sleepy Trouble gonna hit onto this Jinx. Jinx is gonna be put down to 10% HP, but Chase is able to save his 80 carry. But with that, it looks like Shurima could start up this Baron. But
It looks like Kaisa is backing. As they are looking for the catch on Galio. Kaisa, Zyra, and Ornn is coming to them.
Galio does have TP, no teammate anywhere near him to ult to, so is gonna try to work his way out. Is gonna go straight up into the air off the blast cone. It's gonna go down.
What is happening in this game?
This is Chemtech, my friend. This is what happens. We have dragons spawning in a minute.
Elise does have 2k under her name, so is looking for the back.
That should be enough for Mage Eyes, right?
Oh, stun onto Lux again.
Oh my gosh, and Pounding Hole is just dead. Makoto doing his best to get out here. Oh, no, and he's gonna get stunned up. That's gonna be the reset for the Jinx too. Dishing out a ton of damage to Silikai.
Let's get rooted.
And he's gonna go down too.
Looks like Ionia will be able to get to Soul Point unless Ornn and Zyra can do something about it. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, that's gonna be 3 kills, or 3 members down for Shurima. Dragon spawning in 10 seconds. They won't be up in time, so this will be Soul for Ionia.
Gold gap is slightly drifting apart towards Ionia, but not that 1.8k.
Just Makoto getting caught, Pounding Hole getting caught, and then Kaisa trying to save Makoto ends up getting taken out because the Jinx gets excited. At that point, he just has to work his way out and not try to go save his jungler there.
Yep. This Jinx is
TP coming
very
in
fed.
TP coming in from Galio. This Ornn is just eating a ton of damage.
Elise is looking for the flank, but she is on vision. As Malphite also until Elise one-shots her. Sleep goes wide.
That was a nice ring that the Elise had, but not anymore.
Ornn does catch Galio, but Galio is taking every single damage that's coming his way. Teleport not dropping. Ornn flashes out.
Ornn is tanking for a long time. Ornn ult coming in is gonna go wide, not hit anybody.
Looks like Shyvana is looking for the Kaisa.
Doesn't want to commit to the Baron just yet.
Good Lux ult. Zoe does drowsy the Lux, but Malphite does kill the Ornn and the Zyra as Lux tries to flash away and is living against Zoe for so long. But Zoe will be eventually taken down.
Might be able to work her way out. Flash coming in from the Galio. Gonna snap back, is gonna go down. Makoto is gonna assassinate the Jinx, so this won't be a Baron for Ionia just yet. Makoto is gonna go down.
Blue team double kill.
Looks like they'll
And just like that,
take towers.
and just like that, the gold lead jumps back up to 4k or 3k, almost 4k.
Extended fight coming in where Elise is able to respawn, but not being able to one-shot those carries and the supports is just too hard, and that leads to Galio just tanking the damage and the Fed Jinx doing so much damage against the Ornn.
Anybody getting caught trying to work their way into a position is just getting blown up by this Malphite. Ornn ult coming in to knock up Merrick. Kaisa gonna ult in. They should be able to take him down.
And
But the Malphite is here. Is gonna blow up the Kaisa. They are still looking to chase.
As well. Goes wide.
Oh, that was a weird animation. Justice Punch still coming through after being knocked up.
Rousey goes wide, and Galio should be out. Great E timing is coming from Merrick, being able to basically avoid
Makoto
3 CCs in total.
Yeah, that Galio animation jump was pretty weird. The Justice Punch still coming through after the knockout.
And Galio did finish his Koenig Rupert, so he will not be taking any damage.
I was skeptical about Malphite going full AP, but with how squishy Shurima's comp is, it's really working out.
And Ionia will be looking for the Baron. Looks like Elise is coming up and trying to contest it. But the Fed Jinx and Shyvana is taking this pretty fast.
He's gotta be careful. He can't walk into this Malphite or else he's just dead. Oh, he's caught. He's good.
Elise is dead.
And this shit. Oh, he's gonna. Well, he lived for quite a long time.
Malphite all into the backline does take them all down. And Galio on
This is gonna be game here. They tried their best to go and stop that Baron take, but they were just running in one by one by one.
Nice attention from Mikoto, but just the front line is way too tanky against that full AP
Founding
team.
Pole all alone is just gonna get melted by this Jinx.
And this will be GG's. Great comeback attempt from Mikoto and the side of Shurima, but the front line was just too tanky for the Elise to breach in through. GG's. Great game coming from both sides. Definitely a lot more competitive from the side of Shurima, but the full AP comp into Galio and
Yeah, in the end, the Malphite was a real game changer. Stopping the flank angles from Shurima, really not letting them assassinate his carries anymore.
Yep, diving the squishy backlines that. Yeah, it was just game over when Malphite just ulted and one-shotted with the Kaisa and Zyra. At least with the most gold earned throughout the match, but the rest of the team falling behind. Good game, guys. I hope my cast wasn't too bad, and
Oh, you were golden.
okay. These.
Hello.
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 How are you guys doing?
Good. How are
Doing
you?
good. So,
How do you feel about the match?
Pretty good, pretty good.
A very solid first map, and then map 2 a little iffy in the end, but you guys managed to like shrug it out and come over top.
Yeah, we kind of stopped communicating a little bit and started to like try to throw our wallets at them, but our comp doesn't really throw wallets too well.
Yeah.
So we end up calming down, slowing down, and then going for it.
yeah, you guys jumped out to a big lead, and then just the Elise just kept picking up shutdown after shutdown after shutdown, and then just started one-shotting everything that moved.
Yeah, she was massive. And I build Rupner, and then she did no damage.
But
Yeah.
that Malphite pick, full AP, just absolutely blew up anyone that was trying to flank you guys at the end there.
Yeah, so
Really?
as I was giggling as we were going into the game because I didn't close the stream in time, I heard you say, I don't know how they're going to do enough damage with 2 tanks, yeah, Malphite and Galio, and I was just giggling to myself. I was like, they don't even know what's in store.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way Shurima has enough damage to kill a full tank Malphite and if you end up going full tank Galio, I was like, there's no way. Like you need the constant DPS of an any carry at least to do that, and
Well,
then
so
you
that's
guys just and then first item he builds is Lost Chapter. I was like, it's full AP
Yeah.
Malphite.
that's the thing too. Galio never fully builds just full tank.
Yeah.
He'll always typically go like Rift Maker and Zanya's that will give him like 200 AP,
Yeah.
which it doesn't sound like a lot, but for a Galio with max
It's
health
quite-
damage, it's
quite a bit.
significant.
What do you feel about the at least being very fed during like the early mid game? Were you guys like scared of it at all, or were you like, we'll be fine after Galio becomes very tanky?
Cal, you want to talk on that?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So like when when the Elise gained like a was it 3K or like 4K gold lead against the Shyvana in the early mid game? Like, were you guys worried at all about the Elise, or were you like, when Galio builds full tank, or like, well, when Galio becomes tanky enough, it'll be fine, and you guys just played on?
Yeah, so our plan was kind of the same as the first game, which was poke them down as much as we can before we go in, right? The Elise made that a little hard by flanking us and stuff, but Malphite did a really good job of just slapping them down. So there was a point where we were saying like, hey, you can't face check bushes or whatever, that Elise is just
Yeah.
going to one-shot whoever happens to be there. But Elise was, she, at one point I think I looked at the scoreboard and she had like 5 kills. And that's when I was worried about face check and stuff. But
Also,
Yeah,
I was never worried about the lease because I could 1v1 her. It was when the rest of our team was there. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, we've seen a few moments there where Lone Wolf would try to walk out and get vision, and he's dead.
Yeah.
And then the rest of your team's fighting in the river, and Makoto finds his way all the way in behind your team, and your Jinx is dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we were kind of on the fence of if he can keep finding these flank angles and getting onto your carries, you guys might be in trouble. But after the first few times he did it, Malphite kind of just sat in the back line, hiding in a bush, and marked him the entire game after that.
yeah.
Good,
Indeed.
Good games from both sides, and congrats on the win. Very
Oh.
good drafts coming in from both of you. So
I did talk about it after the game ended in chat, but people were confused about the Galio dash away from the Ornn.
yeah, it was so scoped.
So his pillar counts as a wall.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do the back dash, so I'm just going forward. So he's dashing at the same time I'm just dashing forward, so it doesn't count. Like, I'm gone.
Okay. Yeah, because it was like you did the back, or like you went to go do the punch, you were up against the wall, and then as soon as Vendetta hit the wall, the knock-up started to go, but then you were 20 miles ahead.
Yeah. So
like, what
the way it works is it's like a little bit of a delay. It's not like the full back, like back dash, then forward. It's a little bit of a delay. As soon as he hits the wall, he goes forward. So in league terms, I'm already forward. It's just not showing it.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm pretty sure there's a buffer effect to that.
A lot of crazy moments coming in from the game, especially when you jumped straight into the sky after hitting that blast front. A very fun game from both of you guys. And very nice played. Very well played.
Yeah, thank you for
And
casting.
congrats on the win. So
You guys hear me?
what is you guys? Yeah.
Okay.
You're
sorry.
welcome. So what is your next opponent here?
Either Freljord or Crystal Scar, whoever the loser of that match is.
And then you guys are already on one loss as it is, right?
Yes, we
Yes.
lost to Freljord.
Okay. So then you play the winner of that,
Yes.
and then the winner of that
No.
moves on to finals.
No, we play the loser of
Or
that.
yeah, yep. You play the loser of that, and then the winner of you two will go on to play the finals.
And then we have the losers finals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for having the interview with us, and
Yeah, no problem.
And everybody should stay tuned for tomorrow. The Battle of the Titans in Hextech, Dalmacia, Noxus. Sorry, I just had to get that out there.
Yeah, Noxus wins that one pretty easily.
What? Oh, you're smoking something.
yep. Make sure you
I
tune
think
in for
that
the
one will
banger.
actually be I think that would actually be a good game.
100%.
Yeah. Sounds like a
2-0
good
2-0 Demacia.
I think the only way Demacia wins is in a 3-game match.
Off the back
Personally.
of their solid 80 carry.
Yep. Well, make sure you get the MVP votes in. The links are in chat, and thanks so much for tuning in.